So I'm out here on a walk and I'm just thinking about latent fears. And what I mean by that is a latent fear is one of those fears that's kind of just in the back of our mind. Um, to put it in different terms, I would say like an active fear would be anxiety or worry or like a phobia or things like that. These latent fears that I'm thinking about are more just those quiet, senses of unease, or just that kind of nagging in the back of your mind. It's quiet all day, but it's enough to drive your behavior. So a big one for me is I have this latent, well, most times it's latent, sometimes it's very loud, but this latent fear sits in the background and these latent fears keep me from being my, being my true, spiritual self, or my full self. And so I'm just trying to think through that process of, what those latent fears are. Um, and one of them, actually, I just realized, is this desire to understand other people. I'm a therapist and I want to be able to relate. I realize something that I do is I seek out pain and suffering so I can relate to people better. Which, as I say it out loud, just sounds ridiculous. Like, why would I do that? I can help people without fully having experienced their pain. I think that's certainly a powerful tool when someone has gone through those experiences. But there's no point in me seeking out that pain in order to better understand. And so it would just be these little moments of holding on to an uncomfortable feeling longer than I needed to, in order to then be able to express to someone, yeah, I know how that feels. It feels like this, and like really identify with it. And it's not necessary for my job. It doesn't truly help my clients. But also can sometimes cause great discomfort or even pain, outside of that work setting. Because I'm constantly, like, there's that part of my brain, that small little latent fear, like, oh, if I can't relate to someone, I'm going to let them down. I'm going to fail them as a therapist. So it's about me ultimately. And I can get rid of that. I don't need that fear. So I wanted to just let you guys in on that little bit of thought process, something quick, and joining in my thoughts. But please like and subscribe. Take a moment and just, I'm out doing an exercise. I was running a moment ago, but then just really thinking about that. In this book I'm listening to is this unease. This unease, or just these tiny small fears that are just so quiet. At least quiet in the moment. I'm sure they have their moments on the stage where they're plenty loud, but think about it. Think about what you do out of fear. Fear of rejection, or fear of failure, or fear of not being loved, or whatever it is. That's subtle, but that keeps you from pursuing what is truly meaningful for you, or presenting yourself in a way that feels more authentic or real, or whatever matches your situation.